Good morning, everyone. I'm Carolina from Making Life, and today I'm here to interview two members of AFI Scientific Committee, Alessandro Regola and Lino Pontello. Their session is about two fundamental topics that are some aspects of the pharmaceutical manufacturing, contamination and cross-contamination, two things that must not happen. So what kind of innovation is required to prevent this unpleasant event?
Okay, good morning to everybody. I think that the innovation has mainly two fields. Innovation in procedures and innovation in facilities. The innovation and procedures is linked to the extension of risk analysis and just to identify what are the critical points and to prevent the contaminations through new procedures, new way to approach the cleaning and the operational procedures. The second field is to improve from the technical point of view the facilities and the machines that are used in pharmaceutical manufacturing, especially for injectables, because the main issue of our section is focalized to Annex 1, because Annex 1 has introduced a lot of innovation and a lot of changes in mentality to work and to be more successful in our production.
It's also sterilization, I think, something very important to maintain.
Yes, it's very important because it's linked to the sterility and also to risk of contamination, because the main risk is due to the presence of operators.
So we have new GMP rules recently formalized that concern the contamination control. What have they introduced new that maybe wasn't applied before?
So good morning, everybody. We can say that the new requirements of the revised Annex 1 to EU GMP are mainly related to two areas. The first area is the pharmaceutical quality system, with an increased coverage of all processes and systems involved in sterile manufacturing, and particularly with a very well focus of risk management, use of risk management tools to identify risk, to define risk mitigating actions, and to control residual risk. So the outcome of this risk assessment is the so-called contamination control strategy, which is a dynamic living document which encompasses all processes related to sterile manufacturing, and is defined to prevent risk and to control risk when they are not completely under control. Okay. The second area is more technical. So the annex defines new requirements for procedures and details in many processes related to sterile manufacturing, from clean room qualification and monitoring to validation, to equipment qualification, personnel training, materials control. These details, some of the details were already in place in many cases, because were, let's say, state of the art in the industry, or current interpretation of existing rules by authorities. some are, would say, a little bit new and must be, let's say, evaluated, and we are still in the evaluating process to be implemented effectively.
I know that my next question might be similar to the previous one, but I also know that cross-contamination is something different from contamination. So, as regards the other problem as the cross-contamination, are there any different new introduction to manage it better with the new GMP rules?
During the session, what we would like to emphasize is to see what is happening in the new technologies and what can help us to improve our control of contamination and also cross-contamination. The main issue, the main way to approach this system is introduce as much as we can automation, and there will be some presentation about the introduction of automation, also applied to high-potent drugs. High-potent drugs, there will be also a speech about this field, because obviously with the high-potent drugs, the cross-contamination is a very heavy item, a very big issue to solve. Last but not least, we have also a presentation about biological products and the cross-contamination, the prevention of cross-contamination related to viruses, which is a very special, interesting field, but we think that a lot of people interested in biologics production, that, let me say, will be the future of pharmaceutical industry, will be interested in this presentation.
Lately, I heard a lot about the Clean by Design project or approach. Can you explain what it consists of better?
Okay, in a few words, Clean by Design is the application to cleaning methods and cleaning validation of the principles of the ICH Q8 guideline, the so-called Quality by Design guideline. The principle is mainly related to the understanding and knowledge of all the parameters that are affecting a process. And in this case, the cleaning the cleaning process and the cleaning validation as well can be studied to identify all the factors impacting on the efficacy of the cleaning and of the success of the cleaning validation. For example, the cleaning parameters, temperature, times, and the equipment to be cleaned, on the constructions characteristics, the properties of the cleaning equipment, and the conditions of the equipment where they are cleaned. Let's say, for example, the dirty holding time. So all these factors are studied for their impact on the cleaning process, and also the interactions between the factors are studied and understood. At the end, we have a kind of design space where all the parameters which are affecting the process can move, and while assuring the successful result of the process. At the Simposio AFI, we will present a work performed by the AFI working group on this topic, which is mainly related to the so-called cleanability of equipment. The idea is to apply to equipment during the development phase a kind of a risk assessment to identify the parameters linked to the equipment in terms of construction material, in terms of possibility to clean in place, or the possibility to dismantle parts or different parts of the equipment, or the possibility to reach all the hidden parts of the equipment. So all together is defined as equipment cleanability. This is evaluated with a risk assessment approach. A scoring system is used, and at the end, the result of the assessment will drive the development of the cleaning method and also the approach for the cleaning validation. The target is to have reliable cleaning methods, and also to, if possible, to reduce the amount of cleaning agents used because of the requirements for environment sustainability.
Is this approach an European guide, or every nation can apply their own rules and their own approaches?
At the moment, there are no guidelines on this approach. The industry is working on this. Also, the authorities are interested, because it is clearly, at the end, is a clear advantage also for the patient, which is because the approach will increase the safety of the products in terms of cross-contamination again. So I believe that in the next future we will see also some kind of guideline on this topic.
Yes, also because the protection of environment is something that everyone is talking about. So you probably will prevent water pollution, avoiding all the cleaning products. So it's better for the health of humans and for the health of the environment. Thank you very much, Alessandro and Lino, for your time. And you were very clear. And I hope to see you at AFI.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And see you at Rimini. Okay,
Yes.
bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.